what? Zlatan was his youth career. Zlatan's youth career started at the age of 8.
Oh my God.
At the age of 8. Good Lord, yeah.
All right. I think we're okay.
Okay. We got on the phones ahead.
Yeah, I believe so.
Hello? You want to try?
Not working. I can reset
Only
this.
one.
Let me see.
Let me see. Maybe
And we're back. Move this up.
You want one? Or you have one? You have.
No? Let me restart. Oh, it lost it. Hey, YouTube.
Good.
Connected and. What now?
Oh, yeah.
We're back.
It's been a while.
Wait for it.
Let's see over under this episode.
2.5.
Ooh.
It's test. Testing 1, 2.
Testicles.
Oh. Testing 1, 2.
Testicles. Yeah.
Oh. All right.
Oh my God. I get so small, I'm just like.
It's crazy. Like difference. Still sexy.
I don't know about that. He's still sexy, John.
Oh. No, that was what Aaron and mine. You weren't in the call yet. I'll still tell you after. I tell Aaron afterwards too. All right. Ready?
Think so. All right. Yeah. Okay.
We are live.
I'm back.
1.5 men.
1.5.
I'm
men.
1 and you're only half because we're losing you.
I am shrinking, honey. I shrank the kids.
Are you? So you're still gaining because you're putting muscle, but
Yeah, it's kind of
losing
like,
more than gaining.
Yeah, I'm losing a lot more.
Sustenance.
I'm losing health. No, diets. So much fun. I see why people don't do them.
What's the worst part about it for you? Is it the mundane, always eating the same thing, or is that easy? And is it just more of the?
Not so much the, because I'm of the. I don't want to say this. Like crapping on anyone, but it's like when people say, "I can't do it. I can't eat the same thing all the time." You can. People don't have. Some people don't have an option.
Yeah.
They have the same thing every single day, and I'm not saying do it, but when you tell me you can't do it, I'm like, you. Well, I should have taken that. When they say they can't do it, I'm like, no, you can. You just don't want to. Yeah. Either you don't have the, especially if you're trying to get in the mindset of doing like a bodybuilding show or something like that. you have to have discipline. And if you're working from home or whatever like that, and you've got the time to cook every meal or something like that, please go ahead. I wish I had that, because I'd probably give myself more options or choices. But it's not so much. I enjoy eating either. It's not so much chicken. I eat a lot of beef and stuff. Chicken. Everybody loves fried chicken.
Look at all those chickens.
But I eat like ground beef or something like that, rice, couscous, this, that, and the other. And I use it as fuel. That's what I see, and it makes me. It doesn't make me feel bad either. You know, there's certain foods that you can eat, and it's just like, it makes you feel uncomfortable. And I found my diet. I found like everything that makes me feel good throughout the day. So it's not so much about the choice or the options of the actual food itself, but on the diet, when you're working, you know, semi-stressful to high-stress job, it's hot. That's how we're getting into summer now. Your calories are getting cut, your carbs are getting cut, and I'm just like, the energy. The energy is the main thing. It's like my fuel. I'm not running on empty, but it's like quarter tank, and it's like I'm starting another cut this month, and it's like I'm gonna be in an eighth of a tank soon, very soon. And when you get to that point, I've never been like this close to an actual, I suppose, in quotes, competitive state. You know, if I were going to go and compete, this would be the process. So it's going to be interesting, because I felt so far like I lost most motivation, a lot of motivation, probably the past like 4 to 6 weeks when I started a big cut. But I can only imagine what it's going to be like, you know, in the next few weeks, and it's going to be mental. I know, but it's diets are diets. I don't know. I mean, I'm doing it for a reason. Some people, you know, they love diets. I love meal planning. I'll say that, because I don't have to worry. You know, I've got my food, all that kind of stuff. I don't have to worry about it. If I didn't, I probably wouldn't be able to stay stable, you know, on a whole diet.
Yeah,
because it's so convenient. You'd be like, oh, I haven't got any food.
I'll just stop on my way home.
That's Wendy's.
Yeah.
Ooh.
What is that stepdaughter cooking up today?
Exactly.
A new chicken bacon ranch wrap or something like that. It's really good. What?
But yeah, it's. I mean, it's definitely bland, but for me, it's just how I prefer it, I think. Yeah. But
it takes discipline to do something over and over, not just eating, but anything. Do something over and over and over again. That's just discipline. Got a definition of discipline.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And it's just like you said, it's the same thing in everything.
Yeah.
It's, you know, if you're, just like we were talking about before, if you're a 3-point shooter, you go and shoot 100 threes every day. But just like a diet, if you shoot threes for 100 times on Monday, you forget you forget Tuesday, you forget Wednesday, you get back on it Thursday. You keep going like that. Against if you were doing it and dedicated every single day, and you get to the end of 30 days and you've shot 3,000 threes, or you've shot maybe 1,000. There's going to be a big difference there in your accuracy or whatever. So it's just down to the discipline, I think, and it's definitely hard on your mental state to do it over and over and over again, because it'll get boring. It will, but it pays off. That's the thing.
That's one of my things with chicken. Meal prep chicken. That third day, it's like,
it's so dry, baby.
But yeah, I've gone here and there with Aaron still to the gym, but as far as the diet, it's just like, it seems like lately it's been whatever's convenient. But I know that's just a mental thing.
I mean, it takes practice as well.
Mhm.
It takes, I don't think the best thing is to jump headfirst in.
That burnout.
Yeah,
It's
you
defeat and burnout.
you're almost like torturing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you don't have to jump, but I think changing your habits, healthier and healthier, or doing something that feels good for you.
Mm-hmm.
I think because I mean, we all know Bojangles isn't it. It's delicious, but it's not it. It's not it.
Even Chick-fil-A, it's not it, but it's good.
It's not it. But it's great on the taste buds.
Yeah,
fantastic.
But it only lasts for the taste buds. You eat 10 minutes.
Yeah.
After that, it's the same. It doesn't matter what you ate. If the macros are the same, it's the same inside of you. Unless you eat something real bad, then your stomach's like, I hate you.
Yeah.
Shout out Popeye's chicken. Oh, dear God.
It's the same thing I tell Meredith all the time. It's like, when you eat a certain food that doesn't agree with you, and you bloat afterwards, and you're like, oh my God, I feel so crap. And it's like, you knew that was coming.
Mm-hmm.
You knew it, but you had to have it to remind you how bad it makes you feel.
Yep. It's almost like that cheat day where it's like you just go full blown. It's like, okay, I'm good. I've got that past me. We're good. And we're just going to move past.
There's some days, to be honest, there's some days where I'm like, because I only get one cheat meal now. It used to be a cheat day, but I never made it like a full day. It's not like I started at Waffle House and ended at friggin' Taco Bell at like
with Golden Corral in the middle.
But there's some days where I'm just like, I don't want to feel bad tonight or in the morning, or I don't want to affect my sleep or something, because that's what food will do. Like heavy fried foods or something like that. Grease, it's going to inflame you. This, that, and the other. Sometimes I'm like, nah, I'll go for a cheat meal. It's just going to be something that I don't usually eat, and it's like a burger or something like that. But it's not like I'm going to go overboard. I think I want to, and then you get to there and you're like, oh, I don't want to. Just like when you want to go out for a drink or something, you're like, I don't want 10 drinks tonight.
Yeah,
I might have one, maybe two, but I don't want to feel, the room spinning. I don't want to feel nauseous.
Put your foot on the floor when you're laying in bed. No.
The next day, I want to wake up and be like, okay, I'm ready to go, instead of.
Yeah, there's at a certain point you're just. I don't know who told me this. It's an old wives' tale, I guess. But depending on like how much you drink and how late in the night you stay, all you're doing is stealing happiness from that next day. Like that's all you're doing. You're stealing your own happiness from the next. And there's not much worse feelings than a hangover. I mean, it just takes it out of you. Or recently, I really haven't drank that much. Only a beer here and there. But I used to like, every weekend, if we'd go out like downtown on a Friday, I would have probably 4, 5, 6 beers. Even those little beers, it's like the next day, it's like, I can tell I drank last night. And so now, I don't even hardly do that anymore. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's like, yeah, let's go get drunk. And like that one drink, and it's like, nah, I'm over it. Like I can't even barely finish this beer. Like, nah, give me the water. Like the other day, we went downtown to the brewery, and all three of us just drank water.
Yes,
just water.
That beautifully
still had great conversation and beautiful weather.
Beautiful brewed water.
Yeah. Tap.
Have you ever had alcohol poisoning?
No. I mean, I've drank to where I didn't have to go to the hospital to get my stomach pumped, but I drank to where I was like just like uncontrollably vomiting. So it's essentially, I guess, the same thing, except my body helped instead of having to go to the hospital to get stomach pump. But no, I have not, thankfully. You have?
I'm 99.9% sure.
Yeah.
One time I have. Is when I went home for my 21st birthday.
Oh.
And we played this stupid game.
It's always the games.
It's always a game. You know, like when I think it was like a card game. And
Captain Dickhead.
There was a big glass in the middle, and we all had different drinks. And you play this card game. I forget what it was. Maybe like Chase the Ace or something like that. And if you have the lowest card or something, you pour a little bit of your drink into this one glass. And I think we played like 2 or 3 rounds. So
everybody's got different drinks.
You've got beer, you've got vodka, you've got whatever it is. So yeah, the glass, I think it was like a pint glass.
Okay.
So you don't have to pour like a load. But at the end of it, you're probably like half to 3/4 full of that. And of course,
concoction, and you had to drink it.
21st birthday. That was my present. And this was pre-game. So that night, we take a taxi to Liverpool from Ellesmere Port. So it's maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, something like that. And drink a little bit in the taxi as well.
Yeah.
I get to the club and I remember entering the club. I don't remember being in the club. And people had pictures of me. They were literally carrying me. So one was carrying one foot, one was the other, one hand. So I was being like, dragged around. And they put me in a taxi to go home. I want to say it was like, I think it was before 12 o'clock. Like that's how bad it was. And I don't remember getting in the taxi. I remember throwing up in the taxi. And I remember the taxi driver saying, "You're going to have to pay for that." So I don't know how, but I got up out the taxi, went to an ATM, paid him, I think it was like £20 or something. It's like a little fine or whatever. And he eventually got me home. And I think I slept outside that night. And the next day was my actual birthday. So my mom wanted to take me out and stuff like that. It was just like yellow that was coming up. It was just like, it was horrible. And it felt so bad. I was probably done for 2.5 days of just, I could not move without my body hurting.
Yeah, that's definitely bile. I'd say that's definitely alcohol poisoning.
So yeah, it was terrible. It was terrible.
Yeah, my uncontrollable vomiting was not that. It was just what I had drank. Did not get that far. But to the point where I remember drinking all that, throwing up, and then I blacked out. And then I'm never doing this again. I had a spell 2 years ago that I did this, and I never again. But I somehow drove home. So you wake up the next day, it's like, I don't remember driving home. Like that, you almost feel ashamed.
Oh, definitely.
It's like, so yeah, I don't do that anymore.
I used to feel like that. Even have like 2 beers at the pub or something. Going. It's downtown Atlanta. You'd have 2 beers and feel fine, but I'm still like, I have alcohol in my system. Like, it isn't good, and I shouldn't be driving on it. I mean, even if it's 2 across like 3 or 4 hour span, still.
Yeah,
I'm like,
it's just not worth it anymore.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's never worth it. I'm not saying anymore, but when you're a kid, you can't rationalize that. Yeah.
I mean, you got to make those mistakes.
Yeah. Unfortunate it didn't end terribly. Alcohol. Yeah, and so I think my special occasions, sure, but I think my drinking days are for the most part over. I guess the special occasions, but man, just can't roast it like I used to. But I will say I never was especially since moving here, say March of 20. I really wouldn't drink during the week anyway. I've just never been a get home from work drinker. It doesn't really do anything for me. It's more of if I'm around new people.
Ooh. What that mouth do?
Ooh. If I'm around, new people, my introverted ass, it's a good, icebreaker.
Oh, definitely.
But, yeah. Since moving here, I just don't drink during the week. Just really nothing. Hold up here. When I say this, I'm not calling you an alcoholic by any means. Because if you want to take your edge off, You do you. However, I mean, if you're drinking like a case or the bottle of liquor, then you might have to ask yourself some questions. But I feel like a true, and like I said, this is John's opinion only. If you're a true alcoholic, you can drink copious amounts of alcohol by yourself. You're not just in a social environment. Like, you can just go home, sit on the couch, and drink a shitload of alcohol. And that, I feel like it's borderline alcoholism. Borderline. Wake up in the morning, 7 a.m., just drink alcohol. Like, okay, now we're really going to...
Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
I mean, that if you're on vacation or something or doing something cool, you want a little tequila sunrise, tequila orange juice, do you. But if it's a Tuesday at your job and, friggin' Alvarado, Woodstock, whatever, you got a day off, or not even a day off, maybe you don't work, I don't know, and you just crack open that drink at like 9 a.m., you do you, but that, you got to ask yourself some questions.
Yes. I've seen, like, when you go to the pool and stuff like that, and people bring drinks and stuff like that. But I remember there was this one lady who had, like one of those coolers, not cooler, like it's like a Yeti kind of thing, but it was like a bigger one with a handle. It was full of wine.
Oh,
it was like maybe a 64 ounce. Or, I don't know, a 48. But it was big. It was big.
Of wine?
And it was just red wine.
Sweet red wine.
And I was like, wow. This lady's out in this hot sun
drinking
some
sweet sugar red wine. It makes we went to that winery together.
Yeah.
We shared a couple glasses of wine.
Yep.
I wasn't buzzed or anything.
Mm-mm.
I was hungover as shit the next day.
Yes. It hits you. I don't know, like the dehydration comes into it as well.
Oh, yeah, because it was hot.
But still, like, that's the thing with that lady. What, 48, 68 ounces? I know she didn't touch the ounce of water. So there's no hydration going on.
Sweating from the sun. Just drinking her 64 ounces of
whatever water she
juice.
got was from the pool. That's it. That's it. But yeah, I was like, oh my goodness.
Well, wine alone, that's one thing. I've never gotten the taste of wine. I grew up in a Catholic family, so of course there's wine in church, and I also was an altar server for quite some time.
So you were drunk then.
So shout out to our priest. He's not doing very well right now. So on normal every Sunday or Saturday Mass, whatever, you just choose, in Catholic faith, you have the Eucharist and you have the wine, blood of Christ, body of Christ. Well, you can choose to get the body of Christ and eat that. It's just a little bread wafer, essentially. But you didn't have to get the wine. But every now and again, we'd have like a missionary priest come in to like try to raise money for whatever he's doing. And depending on what, like, they have the old Vatican I Catholics, Vatican IIs, depending on what it is and what time period or what they believe, like, you had to do it. You have to drink the wine. If you eat the Eucharist, you have to drink the wine too. We have maybe some religious people fact check me, but like something along the beliefs, you had to do both. And so it was that dry red wine.
Oh.
And I am a firm believer. If I'm putting a liquid in my mouth, I don't want to have my mouth drier than before drinking it. It makes no sense. Oh my God, just drank this wine and now my mouth is even more dry. It makes no sense biologically. But yeah, so we'd have it every now and again. Like sometimes they would dip the Eucharist in it. It's like, that was okay. It's like, but then he's like, me, my brother and I, because we were both altar boys. He's like, oh, the wine. I was like, no. And this is, I'm in, I altar serve from 3rd and 4th grade, which would be, 8 or 9 to freshman year of high school. So 8 or 9 to 14. Like, you have this idea of what alcohol is and what wine is, and you see people, it's like, oh, they really like it. It must taste good. It's like I just took a scoop of cat litter and put it in my mouth. It sucked all the moisture out. And I'm just sitting on the altar like,
Oh.
swallow it, look down. And priest go do his thing. It's like, yeah, but dry wine? So that's what I grew up with the thought of two tendencies. I didn't learn until later that there's a sweet wine and a dry wine, and then there's white and reds and all that shit. But there's not a wine out there that I would say, like, I love that wine. Not a single wine out there.
Sweet berry wine. Sweet red wine.
Yeah. Oh. Ugh.
Yeah. No, I don't know. My brother can down a bottle of wine like a beer, like a chug, and I'm like, how? Why?
Why? That's the question. Why? Not how. Why?
Why?
Damn it.
Yeah. Nah. But no,
Your mom a wine drinker?
Yes. She's more. She likes Jack Daniels.
Oh,
she loves Jack
whiskey?
Daniels. Yeah, so she loves, but she'll drink a wine. Meredith used to be a big wino. She'd probably go through. I mean,
put her on blast. Put her on blast.
Yeah, no, she'll tell you because it was not her proudest moment, but
yeah,
even like I think before I met her, she'd do like 3 or 4 bottles a week.
Mm.
So, and by yourself, it's not like it's crazy, but it
just adds up.
A few glasses a day or something like that, and it's like, that's not restaurant pour. You know that. Yeah, it's not counting the ounces.
It's like the doctor too. Like the whole doctor, actually 1 glass of red wine a day with the antioxidants. Like, okay, that doctor was an alcoholic. All right, let's be honest. What's he gonna say next? That Grey Goose gives you wings.
It's like the was it Friday? I know you're talking about Friday because I listened. I listened. Well, I think was it Friday? Oh, was it a different movie? No, I think it was ATL. It was ATL. Sorry, I got those. I don't know why I got those mixed up. But they had the 1 bowl of cereal. 1 bowl. The smart ass kid goes and gets the biggest bowl, fills the bowl up, and he's like, 1 bowl. Didn't say what size. 1 bowl. I'm allowed 1 bowl. So it's like you get 1 glass of wine, not a goblet. Not
a chalice of wine.
Yeah. 1, it matters in ounces, but you're not going to get the ounces. Come on, Lee.
There's a reason champagne glasses are narrow and slender. You're not supposed to drink the whole bottle of champagne. Champagne. I can't do champagne. Like, champagne's even worse for me than wine. It's just like, okay, so did I drink a 12-pack of beer and then I peed it out into a cheesecloth and just took the liquid and then let it ferment outside in the sun, and then I added some sparkling water to it? That's champagne. That's champagne to me. It's the worst. Like, the typical brunch thing, right? Like, basic. Like, oh my god, mimosas. It's like, no. Just at least do a screwdriver, and it tastes better with vodka or tequila. Like I said, tequila sunrise. But champagne, I don't know why that's the celebratory drink.
It is weird that that's celebratory.
New Year's, big events, like, it's always champagne. Wedding. It's like, you can't normalize. Can we just pass out some Gatorade? Favorite flavor? Gatorade, go.
Ooh,
I might not drink it anymore, but what is your favorite?
Jeez, it's close. The blue and the red. I don't know.
Oh yeah, blue and red.
Yeah.
See, I grew up drinking blue and red with just sports in general, so I kind of got faded out. Orange for me is.
Did you over here? Was it a thing? Did you have Powerade?
Yeah.
Oh.
Powerade and Gatorade. Yeah.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You go to a gas station. Normally, they might. Well, some gas stations they only do one or the other. But if you go in like a Kroger, they'll have both.
I didn't know that was a thing over here.
Yeah.
So in England there was this. It's an old like energy drink, but it's called Lucozade, and that's what when I moved over here, it was more so like Gatorade or whatever. It's mainly Gatorade, but in England it's Lucozade. It's like an orange, but they'll do it in different flavors. But that was my jam. That was it.
I mean, good marketing on the Gatorade. I think Coke owns Gatorade. Coke either owns Gatorade or Powerade, 1 and 2. But great marketing. I mean, it's not that good for you, but they sure spin it like it is. It's just a sugary drink. Yeah, it'll give you electrolytes and also 7,000 milligrams of sodium and 3,000 grams of sugar. That's good. Good marketing.
This is what I drink every day.
Pee-pee?
Yeah.
It's PP. What is that?
This is shout out Caged
.com/
Pal 15.
Yeah. We need to get some more nootropic.
Ooh. This is so, especially when it comes to these hot days, like really hot days, when you don't. I mean, in general, if you don't drink enough water, you're going to be dehydrated.
Mm-hmm.
But this stuff's called Hydrocharge, and it's like it's a concoction of so many minerals that and electrolytes that you're not going to get. You're not going to get. And when just like me, when I'm I'm working outside 90-degree weather or something like that, like this stuff, it really helps. Water helps people have to drink Coke and all that kind of stuff, and that's going to dehydrate you.
Yeah.
But yeah, this Hydrocharge stuff, the electrolytes, I can feel the difference. I wish people would. I wish people would more so drink water than sodas.
Yeah.
You can't throw that at anyone, but I think that the reason people don't drink water is it's bland. It's got no flavor to it, really. I mean, but there's supplements that you can get that you throw in there, and this is like a mango flavor.
Oh.
But you can. I'm not just selling this one. Go to Walmart, or you can find so many supplements.
Even like
punch.
If you that's the only there's two complaints that I hear people about water. The flavor, of course, like I can't drink it, it's nothing, which I feel like you haven't tried hard enough, but although that's a fair assessment. The other one is like some people just prefer carbonation, which is because of the Cokes, which my brain can't process when I drink sparkling water. It just can't. It's like it's not water. My brain does not. It's not water. It doesn't make sense.
You're like, what's going on here?
It's like someone. There was this was years ago, I think, when the meme originally came out. It's like when sparkling water really took off, or like the flavored like LaCroix and stuff. It's like flavored, or not just flavored. Carbonated water tastes like the TV back in the day when you couldn't find the right channel, and it goes to that static.
You close your eyes and it's like static.
It's like popping in your mouth. I was like, damn, that's kind of accurate. But yeah, I've never been a sparkling water guy. But that's the two complaints. It's like, well, it's very solvable. Buy sparkling water if you want carbonation, and there's so many things you can add to your water.
Yep.
Like, I don't know how healthy it is. It can't be that bad when you just add a tiny drop, but like a Mio, something as simple as Mio, just boop, one little drop changes the whole water. Shout out kiwi watermelon or kiwi strawberry Mio, so good. Also makes a fire mixed drink, even though we're talking about alcohol earlier. Drop a little of that and some Sprite, and then add some vodka.
Oh,
yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, or just water, but don't do that. We're not a drinking podcast. Yeah, there's so many things you can add to water, and then like electrolyte based stuff. Like it's not only hydrating you, it's also trying to create a sponge inside of you to hold on to water too.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't dehydrate yourself.
Got to clear that pee.
Oh, yeah. It's stream like you're nothing. You're like, I don't even have to flush this thing. I'm saving the environment. Come on.
Did I flush? It's so clear. I did tell Aaron the other day. This was might be TMI for the podcast. Actually, it's not that big a deal, but everyone's been here. I thought I brewed sweet tea the other day. I was like, oh my God, I've got to drink water ASAP. I feel like my kidneys were just like dried out like a beef jerky. I was like, oh my God. Yeah. I was like, you would have been so, because he's, number one water drinker, like gallon a day. And he's faithful. And I've been living with him this long, and I still haven't taken up that habit. I'm a terrible person, but I literally peed. I was like, oh my God.
What?
I've got to get water in me ASAP. Matter of fact, do I know anyone that can give me an IV? It was bad. It was like to where it was past the golden to brown. I was like, yeah. I immediately just drank like 30 ounces of water, like immediately, and just kept drinking. I was like, oh no. But there's a noticeable difference with water. Yeah. Like when you don't drink, your body's kind of wild. Just trying to tell you what's wrong, even though half the time we don't listen to it.
That's
I got a stomach ache. Oh, my stomach's better. Let me go get Taco Bell. Which, you know, if you're getting a grilled, cheesy, whatever burrito, you do you.
Yeah.
But then don't complain to me that your stomach hurts. I mean, I do that too. I'm terrible. The other day, I was like, oh my God, my stomach hurts so bad. Rolled it out.
Yeah.
I've ate Popeyes my entire life till recently. I can't do it anymore. It's not worth the consequences. It's what we said, that 10 minutes of enjoying the taste of it. And I would fancy myself a foodie. I like trying new shit. But going back to what you originally said at the very beginning, if you can change your mindset to think of it as a fuel source for your body, not just for the, you know, short-term effect of the taste. That's really the key. I have a friend, you know him as well. Over the years, he's lost a lot of weight, and that's what he did. He shifted his mind to like, what does this do for me? And that's what I eat. So, you know, so props to him. I mean, he's been faithful. He did the kind of a keto-ish based diet, lower carb diet for a long time, and he's lost a lot of weight. He looks really good. Shout out. You know who you are.
Yeah, it's just the switch, the discipline. You know it's good for you. So why is it so difficult to do it for yourself?
Yep.
That's you're not gonna fill a diesel up with unleaded.
Yeah.
You're just not gonna do it. But if you do, the performance is going down.
It is going down.
You're gonna be paying for that hospital bill. It's not pretty as well. Trust me. I haven't done it, but I know someone who's done it, and I'm like, yeah, not going to do that again.
You know, you do have 2 kidneys, but you only got 1.5 now. Is it worth it? Yeah. I'm thankful I just never got a craving or love for like sugary carbonated drinks, which is unfortunate because like people now, it's like, oh yeah, I just stopped drinking Coke and I lost like 15 pounds. Like, well, I stopped drinking it in the 6th grade, but but I mean, I might have, because I love tea, sweet Southern tea.
I love tea too.
I love sweet tea, Southern sweet tea, but
you bastard,
I might drink one sweet tea like every 2 months, maybe. It's always unsweet, like. And that's a wild thing for me too. People who don't like tea, or like they like sweet tea, but like, how do you drink unsweet tea? It's like, it's not that different. It's not like coffee to where you add creamer, it changes it completely. Oh, yeah. It's like, it's just sweet versus not sweet. But I don't know. That's that sugar addiction most humans have, which is like I said in Honduras, like the guy told us, like, they protect those sugarcane farms like with their life because that's the greatest drug in this world. It's like, oh, you got a point.
Yeah.
Then he also made us drink a Honduran Coke while we were there.
How different was that?
Oh, night and day.
Yeah.
It's smooth. The carbonation's not as strong, and it's like real sugar, which is kind of like the Mexican Coke you can buy here. It's different than the syrup Coke you buy in America. But yeah, that 100. Like, I don't drink Coke. I don't even like Coke. I don't like what carbonation does to my throat. It just freaks me out. It like burns because I'm not used to it. And like, that 100 Coke was good.
Yeah,
it was good. Real sugar.
You can almost, even if you don't like it, you know that you're at the source and you can appreciate like, this is where it comes from, and they like, it's not shipped out, it's direct. You're right there.
Yeah, because I've been behind the scenes on some of those Coke like fountain machines.
Oh yeah.
And if you just look at those sacks of syrup, it's like, what is that? Oh, that's Fanta. Oh, it's this sack of syrup. That's like so gross. But damn, we love it.
Looks like someone's piss bag.
Yeah, or a colonoscopy bag. Whatever they call those things. Colotomy bag? Yeah, whatever. Shit bag. Shit bag? Yeah, that's a...
Just don't do it.
So I screenshotted this the other day, and I think this is semi-relevant to what we were talking about. And I don't know if you want to speak to it a little bit, because Aaron told me a little bit about this sermon today at Mass at church. And if you want to give some background, but when he was telling me, I had this in the back of my head. I screenshotted it. This guy I've followed for years on Instagram. Kind of pretty cool. I've kind of seen him go through his ups and downs. You've actually might have heard of him. He's kind of a fitness guy, but he was in the army, lost his leg. He got shot in the leg, had issues with it, and eventually had it amputated. His name's Derek Whita.
I don't think I've heard.
I'll show you a picture of him. You might be like, oh, I've seen a video of him, but follow him for years because he also creates hilarious content. That guy.
Oh yeah. I've seen him.
He's one leg's cut from like the knee down. He does CrossFit and shit.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty impressive. But anyway, I screenshotted this the other day, and this might transition us into kind of the a little bit, I guess, of what the sermon might have been about, but also in general about doing good things, right? Mm-hmm. He said, do the right thing, do the hard thing. Why? Well, for you, of course, but also because the world needs more people doing the right thing. What are the right things? Simple things. Using your manners, saying please and thank you, exercising daily. You don't have to have abs. You don't need to move. You do need to move. Why? Because it's the right thing to do. Eat healthy, give a crap, have discipline, pursue what's important to you, say no to the things that distract you from your pursuits, clean up your messes. Why? Because it's contagious. Just like fear is contagious, stress is contagious. Whining, complaining, victimhood, blame, all contagious. Discipline is also contagious. So is courage, so is kindness, so is laughter. It's not about not screwing up. You will. No one gets through life undefeated, but you can choose to be not defeated and find a way to pick yourself back up when you have led yourself astray. Why? Because we need more leaders. Be the one in your family, the one in the office, the one in your neighborhood. Be the one who cooks good food at home, even when they're tired. Be the one at the office who skips the bag of chips or donuts. Be the one who goes for a walk around your block. Do it for you, and then remember you are not alone. People respond to right living. So many just need a little encouragement, and deeds go further than words. Thanks for the message. Made me feel connected. What a beautiful thing. It may not change someone's life forever, but if you, damn it, the screenshot went off. I think it said you may not change someone's life forever, but you can give them happiness in the moment. Like that was kind of the message. Like I read that, I was like, wow, like just do the right thing, Mm-hmm. And the right thing I think is relative because maybe there's a fine line between happiness and like what's really right. I even said it on my podcast, the podcast I did last week. Like at this point, I just want people to be happy. Yeah. Like even if I might not fully agree with it, if that makes them happy, then do it. But then also, to play like devil's advocate to that, if it's something that I know is not good for them, I'm at least going to try to help them out.
Okay, yeah.
And if they don't listen to it, like that's okay. But if they're happy, they're happy.
Yeah.
You don't have to agree with someone about everything to be friends with them, and you don't have to agree with someone about everything and like wish evil upon them. Mm-hmm. You can still be, be happy. It's like, so I read that message. I was like, just do the little things. And he's, like I said, he's a fitness guy, more like a fitness motivator because of, he does not play any victimhood on his amputated leg. I mean, he kicks ass even with one leg, but, so it is more fitness gear, but it's still, I feel like that's a message in life that anybody can take some things out of. Like you said, clean your messes. Like one example is if you're walking on the sidewalk and there's a napkin on you didn't create that mess, but you literally have to change your stride to step over it. You just grab it and throw in that trash bin right there next to you. Now, granted, there's some stuff I wouldn't pick up because it's gross and I have shit on it, but like the little things like that, it is contagious.
Yeah, you can be right in that instance. You can be the difference.
Mm.
And if someone's watching you and you do that, and it's like, it might make the other person think, oh, maybe next time I see a mess on the floor or something like that, I'll pick it up and someone else's mess, but you can clean it up.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that person doesn't make a mess again, but they might do. And then, they create a whole load of mess until someone tells them,
yeah,
you're not doing the right thing there, pal, buddy.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we've just gotten further away. Like everybody's all about themselves, and I mean, I say everybody. I mean, I'll include myself in that. There's some decisions that I make that are probably more selfish driven.
Mhm.
But I think everybody does. It is what it is. But there are some aspects in your life that you can change to like make it, I guess, be an example.
So it's funny because I was speaking with Aaron a little while back, and I got this. I mean, I've heard this countless times, but when I met, sorry, it comes back to bodybuilding again. I'm sorry, I apologize.
You're good.
But like, I met a pro and spoke to him for a while, and it was like, because anything that you're putting a lot of your time to, you're dedicated to, in a way, you're selfish. You're selfish for doing that. Sport can be very selfish. Work can be very selfish. Whatever it is, if you're like dedicating your time to it, you're being selfish to it. You are. But it's like, for some people, if they weren't doing that, they wouldn't have the time to be selfless. It's like, you have to do this. It drives you. And then once you've done it, you're a better person. You feel, the weight's lifted off you for the day or something like that. Like, he's like, I get into the gym for however many hours it might be, and I have my meals and stuff. But after that, I'm a family man. I can go and spend all this time to be selfless. Sometimes you have to be selfish. And I understand it. And it sounds a bit crass at the point of like, oh, I've got to be selfish. Selfish it's looked at in a negative way, but it's like, if you're selfish and then you're an arsehole after it, you might not be doing a good thing that you're selfish towards. But if you're if you're focusing on one thing, and then it's like, it's making you a better person, as a whole, I don't see where the wrongdoing is there. It's like, and as well, you might be setting a good example. Like, he wanted to set an example for his kids. He's like, dad's hard working, puts in the work, but he comes out of it and he's a better person.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you can dive deep into that, and it's just like, you just don't get away from it. I think that's when it gets a little bit, it controls your life.
A little unhealthy.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's it. I like that. Would you call it like just a motivational message?
Yeah.
I
Yeah, he
suppose.
left it as a caption on his post. He had a bunch of pictures and stuff. But
yeah,
it's just like
and kind of what I did get from the sermon today. It's like, there was a part in it where he was saying, like, Jesus didn't have to impress everyone. He didn't want to. He didn't care really about what other people thought, because he knew he was doing the right thing. But it's like, if you're doing the right thing, then you will be disappointing people. There's definitely people who are going to be looking at you like, oh, what are you doing? Like, what kind of, what example are you trying to set? Are you better than everyone else? So, no, I'm just doing the right thing. I'm sorry. And you're going to disappoint people like that. But at the same time, I mean, just focus on yourself. If you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You know if you're doing the wrong thing.
And you're doing the wrong thing. You're your own worst critic.
Yeah. Hey, we're at 2. We're at 2. God, I should put that money down.
Damn, we'll have to get on that cut diet you're on. Oil your chairs, ladies and gentlemen. Click.
But yeah, it's hard not to compare yourself these days,
Yeah.
and really feel judged by some other people because of your,
Aaron said he heard it pop.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
But yeah, it's difficult to, not we're people pleasers, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
We want to please everyone.
Oh yeah, we do.
We want to get every single like when you post or something like that. It's like, no, like if people like it, okay, they like it. If they don't, they don't. What's it's not gonna hurt you to be yourself.
Exactly. But I think it's a fear, right?
Oh, definitely.
Definitely a fear. That's
not being liked.
Hmm.
You don't like me? Why? What's wrong with me?
Yeah, now I got to go above and beyond to make sure you like me.
Yeah.
For what reason?
Yeah, let me shine your shoes.
Oh.
Yeah, Hulk.
Well,
and it really just does come down to God. I
can't catch a break, man. Slow down, baby.
It is the.
Oh.
It's the right thing. It's the right thing. Set the example. Be the.
Oh, that's weird. Look at YouTube.
Oh yeah. Oh wow.
We got Stroby.
Yeah, be. Don't be the person you think people are gonna like. Be the person who's just doing the right thing, setting the example. Being the person who puts the cart back.
Call back
in the friggin' holder or whatever it is. Don't just leave it.
The buggy bin.
Yeah,
yeah. Buggy bin.
Yeah.
And so I went to, speaking of that, I don't think I've ever mentioned this because it's been a while since I did this. So I go to Costco. And this Costco here. Ooh. I mean, it's sometimes it's a giant cluster. Well, where I had to park was nowhere near the door. It was kind of like on the line bordering the Woodstock City Church.
Oh, wow. So
I was facing the church in my parking lot. So the buggy bin was yardages away.
You did cardio to get that.
I did.
Jeez.
Pump these thighs. Uphill, baby. So I go to park. Oh, mind you, it's raining too. Mistakes were made today. That day. Mistakes were made. I should have just didn't need to go to Costco, but I still did anyway. Anyway, I go to pull up in a parking spot because it's full. So I'm parking way over there. Not one, two buggies. Not just in the parking spot. They went out of their way to pick up the front wheels to put it on the curb so they didn't roll away.
Oh, so they didn't inconvenience anyone by having it smash into the car. That's very kind of them.
Very kind of them, right?
Very kind.
So it's raining. I have my rain jacket on. Didn't matter. Still soaked. Shout out bald heads. They get cold immediately. So I have to pull up in this market spot. Stop halfway. Get out. Move both buggies kind of behind my car. Finish pulling up. Lock my car. Grab both buggies. And I push them all the way to the front door. Not the buggy bin. Because I was like, well, I'll just take one. Even though it's wet. They have a towel. So I took one buggy and dished one off. But it's like, you went out of your way to pick it up. Not one person. That means two people went out of their way to pick up the buggy and put the front wheels on the curb so it didn't roll away. It's like,
do you know what? There was an example set there. Oh, you can do it? Oh, you're smart. You're smart. We're saving energy here.
I don't have to move this back. That's what Costco hires the buggy people for, right?
Hey, you did it, so I can do it. So the next person can do it, and the next.
The next thing you know, they have a fleet of buggies propped up on the. I mean, they might come to life and just go down the hill and end up at Woodstock City Church. I don't know. I was like, Jesus. But yeah, it was. By the time I got to the door, I was soaked. I was just soaked. I was like,
but look at John. Look at John being the example.
Of course, in the moment, you're like, I'm just so frustrated. God damn it, I'm so wet. But it's like, man, it's a small inconvenience. Mm-hmm. That's all. I think that it was all it was, a small inconvenience. But it's like that. Like, two people went out of their way to do something so lazy. To actually do more work by picking the buggy up, because those Costco buggies are kind of heavy. But pick up the front, it blew my mind. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And of course, there was a parking spot like 10 parking spots down, but it's just the fact of like, are we shitting ourselves, right? Like, seriously. So yeah, going back to the buggy, that's a callback to like episode like 13 or something like that. Stupid buggy. Fucking idiots.
Yeah,
Even something so that simple. It's like that simple.
Yeah.
And they can't do it. It just
You
blows
know
my
you're
mind.
not doing the right thing when you have to lift the buggy up to get it out of the way. There's a where all the other ones are or should be. It's like playing Tetris. Probably, John. Sorry, this is too old for you.
I know Tetris.
No,
I also work in
that.
furniture where I pack trucks, so I reference Tetris a lot.
But it's like square peg, round hole.
Yeah,
just doesn't go there.
Mm.
You know it, but you're still going to try, or you're still going to do it, and it's not going to fit, or whatever. It's like it's not right, then, is it? Just go and put it back.
I can't walk 25 extra steps to put this buggy back. Like, are you shitting me?
So I saw. I think I sent this to Aaron. I don't remember if I sent it to you, but it was a like a buggy patrol, buggy police kind of.
Oh,
thing.
I've seen that guy. He does a bunch of videos.
And he sees this woman coming out of, I think, like Whole Foods or something like that, and she's walking along. She's fine, perfectly healthy, everything like that. She puts her stuff in the car and puts the buggy kind of like the two wheels up on stuff like that. And he catches her and he's like, oh, you're not putting that buggy away, something like that, and talk for a little bit. And she's like, well, I only have one knee. she says, well, I only have one knee, very seriously. And he's like, no, I saw you walk. You walk back fine. You walked in there fine. You're not in a wheelchair or anything like that. And she starts like cussing him out. And then this other guy who's on the side, he's like, hey, the buggy police.
I haven't seen that one, but I do know the guy you're talking. She has no one knee.
She said she has one knee.
One patella down. No buggies.
But she's fine spending, all that money and walking all that way to get the buggy, to get the groceries, come back and leave.
Her knee flared up. Or disappeared.
It's a terrible thing. I feel sorry for those people.
That's the sad part for like people like me and like majority. I'd say majority of people, because I feel like the minority of people are not putting buggies back. The majority of people are just doing their basic, I don't know, civil services.
The right thing.
But like, there's a point that I do feel a little bad for him. It's like, I just want to know why.
Yeah. Like this woman was trying to justify her not putting it back because she had, quote unquote, one knee. There's no what is the justification for doing that? For being lazy?
Yeah.
And it's an inconvenience.
That's it. It's an inconvenience.
It could cause not an accident, but it could damage someone else's property.
Yep. But just wedge it in between two vehicles. Let's move on.
Put it in there. It's
funny story. Speaking of buggies, I didn't even think about this yesterday, but now we're talking about it. So, spent the day with my girlfriend, and we went.
Oh, John has a girlfriend.
What? We went to the shopping center, and okay, I love this. Absolutely love this. It's not about the size of the buggy. It's the size of the fight in the buggy or something like that. But they make the half buggies now.
Oh yeah,
you don't need the full buggy.
They're like a double decker.
Yeah, but they're small, and you can whip them around the grocery house.
It's like a little go-kart.
Yeah, like Little has them. They're
yeah,
flawless. I love those. Don't give me a big buggy. I'm just going in. I can fill up this little buggy. But anyway, we're walking out of the grocery store.
It's like a hot hatch.
Oh,
jeez!
Drop the top.
Woo!
Skirt.
Sorry.
Got them Lamborghini doors on my Escalade.
Imagine if the sides.
Butterfly doors.
Some spinners.
Or suicide door. Oh, suicide buggy. Wait. What? We're gonna get sidetracked here. What was it? Kmart where their buggies lifted up?
Huh?
Maybe it was like Hudson's Treasures or something. It was like a giant buggy, like a regular buggy, but it was wider. But it lifted up. It had like a swivel on the front of the buggy, so you could, instead of lifting something heavy up and over,
Oh
just
wow!
like the sides and the back would come up, almost like a hood on an 18-wheeler truck.
Oh really?
And so you can just slide stuff onto the platform and then lower it back down. I think it's either the Super K in New Orleans or like Hudson's. Hudson is like a big discount store. I don't know if they're around anymore in Mississippi. Yeah, those are fire buggies. Optimus Prime buggy.
They were ahead of the time. Jeez.
Yeah, they were. I don't know what happened. Probably because people didn't put them back, so they destroyed them. But yeah, we're leaving the grocery store, and I feel like this is I get shit for this. I feel like this is just a dad move, right? So where we parked,
I mean, you all want to know. So.
where we parked, there's this median. It's pretty thick. It's probably like 6 or 8 feet wide with a bunch of bushes.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see the buggy thing through like this 4-foot gap. But I would have had to walk. Well, I'm talking about being lazy. However, I had to walk all the way down the aisle and around and come back around and then do the same thing on my back. I mean, it was honestly, it would probably been like a minute walk. Talking about being lazy. So I did the dad thing. I just, half court, I just picked it up and put it over the rail. Ipso facto, still put it back.
I mean, as long as you get it back.
That's right. Also, someone put a buggy by the bush. No, I just don't get it. They made it to the buggy. Well, this might be a hot. They might have actually put it in there because there were a lot of buggies. Maybe it got hung up on the end, or someone who didn't give a shit just drove and fucking smashed it into. I don't know, but yeah, I was like, I'm still gonna put my buggy back, but yeah, I just lifted it up and put it in. But shout out half courts. They're fun. Oh, it's the best.
Space savers.
Definitely a dad move, but you know.
I mean, you made it work.
I made it
and
work.
You still did the right thing.
Yeah.
That's genius.
Even though I did get called out, you know.
I'll give you a kiss for that later.
Yeah. Whitney did. I mean, she was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Put the buggy back." It's like, "Why did you lift it up?" I was like, "That's the only way to put it." Buggy was back in its contraption. Shout out buggies.
Hey, at least you got it there. You got it there.
You got it there.
And I was actually wanting to bring this up, and I wanted to ask you kind of about this because I think we all.
Yes, she can call you Uncle James. No, that's not.
I've been trying to, or not trying to. I'm trying. Yes, I'm trying. Okay. Trying not to, judge people so much, and it's like I feel like I've been trying. I think I've been doing well at it because it's not the first thing that comes into my head. But do you get this? You're not judging someone. You don't even know them. You're just disappointed in their choice. It's like, the same thing for the buggy. It's like, I'm not trying to judge you as like a lazy person or like but it's disappointing. It's just a disappointment. It's like, really, I don't want to punch them in the face for this. I just want to tell them that you've done the wrong thing, but not in a judgy way. It's like, I just want to know, like, why you did this. Like, I really like. No, I'm not trying to judge. I know what you're talking. I'm not trying to judge you. I don't want to think of you as a bad person or a lazy person or something. It's just tell me why. Like, I just want to know because it's disappointed me. I don't know you, but you've disappointed me.
As a human, you have disappointed.
Yeah. And that's the same thing that goes like on the road. If someone's being an idiot driver or something, you want to drive past them and look at them, see if they're as stupid looking as they're driving. But it's like, I just want to roll my window down and be like, you just disappointed me. You didn't piss me off. You might have pissed me off for a second, and then I caught myself and I'm like, I'm just disappointed in that person.
It's also, and I agree with you. There is a like, come on, like we're both able-bodied people. I did this. It's not that I'm better than you. It's just like the fact that you're capable and you chose not to.
Yeah.
You actually, at the end of the day, you chose something that was actually harder to do, but you got lazy. Like,
a decision was made and it wasn't the right one.
It's like,
but we both had the same choices.
Yep. It's another callback. I think it was on the same Buggy episode. We're talking about people who put stuff back on the shelf that don't belong. I'm trying to remember. Aaron and I went somewhere the other day, and it was kind of one of those funny ones. Like it was blatant that they put the healthy thing down. It was like, let's say they put down protein powder in the beer section. It's like that Saturday went a different direction. Saturday went, but there are some. And speaking of what you're talking about, you're like, I'm not mad. And the moment you might get frustrated, but it's when someone does something so like mind-boggling that it's actually funny. It's like he did not just do that. Like, it's so bad, but yet I'm laughing because it's on that kind of level.
Yeah. There's, I mean,
humans, the way the brain operates.
Jesus wasn't talking about disappointing people and leaving buggies and being
Jesus was
menace on the road.
Jesus was back today. He'd be a buggy boy.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Buggy boy or janitor.
I can see that.
No.
Cleaning up other people's mess.
That's what he did anyway. Did it for all of us.
But yeah, it's I don't know, just disappointed in some people's choices, but hey ho,
Hey ho.
Hey ho. Hey. How you doing? Hey ho.
I'm not a hoe.
It's the way the world works. People just don't always do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we can expect them to. You just hope that they do better.
Yeah.
And it's like, when people get pissed off about a certain style or something like that, I'm like, it's not even affecting you. Let them, just like you said, if you want to wear freaking Austin Powers kind of like, suit or something with, the
groovy and the disco chain.
Yeah, if you go and do that, if that's what makes you happy, go and do it. But like people get pissed off and judge, and like it's like affecting them. Like, no, let them be happy. It's fine. It's not affecting you. If they come over and punch you in the face, then you can be then you can judge them, and then you can be unhappy. But it's like, let people do their thing, like in that sense. But when it affects you, or if it's gonna possibly damage someone else, it's like, that's when you can step in and talk or something like that.
Yeah, see, kind of like what I said on the last podcast. It's like, I'm gonna be. I said this with the idea of like talking about people I care about, my friends and stuff, not like strangers, because it's like you do you. I don't even put a thought into it. But I've certainly gotten better of just like the judgment thing. Like, it is what it is. Like, you do you. Even when it comes down to my like people I care about, it's like, I'm gonna be there for you. But it's kind of like there's a George Bush, there's the Office skit. It's always a fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, home run, or whatever it says on The Office. A strike three, you're out. But it's like that old adage. It's like, I can't be there for you all the time, like every time. Like, you're gonna have to learn. It's like a kid, you're gonna have to learn. You learn the hard way. But there's an element of like me being selfish when I say that I just want people to be happy, because I also don't. I'm at the point where, the reality is, and this is even a harder thing to admit, because it still doesn't feel right for me saying it. Like, I haven't always put myself first. Put a lot of other people first before me for a long time in my life.
Because they're people pleasers.
And just the reality, like, I have to put myself first. And granted, it's recently, in the past few months, because of, I don't know, it was like there has been serious change in my life, of course. And that's also made me realize, like, if this is, for me, if this is something for everything or a serious thing, like, then I have to put myself first to set myself up, not particularly in a relationship, but with people outside of it. It's like I have to put myself first because that is what I want out of life, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to offend anyone or anything, or
It's worth it to you.
yeah, like my life has changed. So I did just the people I care about. Oh, that's what they see. It's not the who doesn't hang out with me anymore. It's like,
Yeah,
it's not nothing like that.
we can
So
all
there's
make
a
jokes, but
yeah.
we know deep down it's not. That's not what it
Um,
is.
but yeah, it goes like that's what you were saying earlier about being selfish. It's thought of as a negative, but there's actually positive and beneficial things to being selfish too. So that's when I was talking on the podcast, even after my own podcast, after I did it, I was processing. I was like, wow, I think my brain said stuff, or like maybe my heart said stuff that my brain didn't process. It just kind of came out, and then after I was like, oh wow, I guess I said that. But it's this weird thing, like you got to put yourself first sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
And it kind of like what you alluded to. Elon Musk's rocket ship just took off.
I was gonna say, gee whiz.
What's that Chevy Camaro out there? Oh, damn, he blew me off. He's talking about being selfish, being happy. I lost it just like that. Revving of an engine changes a
Scared
man's
me.
mind. Yeah,
That literally scared me.
it's loud. Yeah, but these outside walls. In my room in the morning, I hear everything. But damn, I can't believe I lost it.
We're just talking about the being selfish.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was. To end it with, like, I know the people that care about me, and I care about them. Like they're understanding. And then as far as the jokes, yeah, the jokes are great. Like,
Yeah.
everybody jokes. I love jokes, and in a sense too, most of my relationships overall are not built upon jokes, but jokes are a part of it.
Oh yeah.
If jokes weren't there, then it wouldn't be
Yeah.
the same. It just wouldn't be the same. So, but yeah, it's something I've recently is like, I just gotta kind of put that blinder up and stop giving a shit what not people I care. Like this is going back to the stranger approach. I gotta put my wall up and like, I don't give a shit what they think, kind of thing. Like I like what I like. I like doing what I like. Like I'm not gonna like, oh, I'm gonna go do this because this is the cool thing to do now. It's like, no, I don't have any interest in it, so I won't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
There's simplicity in selfishness too.
Yeah.
It creates like a simplistic happiness.
I think as well it comes down to things that you really know you need to do for yourself. You need certain things that are gonna be beneficial for you. Would that be a relationship or your work or your fitness, whatever it might be. There's things that you just need to do that are the right things for yourself, for your own happiness or whatever it is. It's like, I know if I don't do something that I need to do, I'm going to be thinking about that thing, and it's going to drag me down. I'm like, I feel guilty. I didn't go and do that. I needed to do that as well. I needed to do it for me. And then it plays on you, and you can't think of anything else, but you just didn't do it. And it's like,
damn it.
You just frustrated at yourself. You're disappointed at yourself, John. I'm the person that was the driver. That was in front of me who did something stupid, and I wanted to drive up to my own window and see if I was as stupid looking as my driving choice.
Full circle. Like a traffic circle.
Yeah. It's, you need to do it. You should have done it, but you didn't. And now you beat yourself up. But it's like, there's things, there are definitely things, through relationships as well, where, you need to spend time. You need to go and, do what it is, whatever it is, with that person or something in a relationship, and it's like, oh, it'd be fun to go out and do this thing, but I need to go and spend some time, quality time with the other person, or do something that they want to do, because it's deep down, like, you need to do that. So no, I completely understand. It's just like you said, the strangers, they can think whatever they want, but it's like, you're not going to be judged by or you shouldn't be judged by the people who are close to you.
Yeah.
And if you are judged, then, I mean, that's probably going to show. That'll probably show pretty quick.
Yeah.
Because you see people who are single for all these years and stuff, and then they get in a relationship and they've got like all these friends, in quotes, and you get into a relationship and it's like, oh, it's funny. I haven't heard from them in 6 months. I'm not, I'm not on the Christmas card list anymore. So yeah, it's probably not a friend.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I would like to say I'm very happy for you. I know I've been happy. Me and the close people have known for a little while what's been going on, but now it's official and out there. I'm very, like, I tell Meredith all the time, so happy for you. It's just a different kind of feeling being in like a good relationship, and just like I tell Aaron as well, it's like it's just different.
Yeah.
It's just, there's something about, it's still a friendship, but it's just different. It's like we're all good friends, best friends, ride or dies. But it's when you're in a committed relationship with someone else, it's like it's a different kind of feel of ride or die. You could move halfway across the world, and that person would move with you, for you, and with you. And it's like that's heavy.
Yeah.
That's heavy. That's something, and you build that. But just like we were saying, things that you need to do, to be successful in the relationship. It's work.
Yeah.
But I'm very, very happy for you.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Well, good. Yeah. It's been good. It's been a good time.
Oh, I know. I know. I
Slow
follow you,
down,
John.
baby.
I follow you everywhere.
I never let you go. Well, anything else?
One thing really quick.
Okay. Yeah.
Shout out to my good friend Aaron
for
coming over, downloading Apple TV for me, and put me on to Ted Lasso.
Oh, you finally watched it,
mate? Because I like heard so much about it, but I'm like, obviously being a proper football fan from England, and then I come over here and I make fun of the MLS and soccer. And watching this I didn't watch it, not just because it was on Apple TV or whatever, but I just never gave it any time, because I was like, it's probably just going to be classic American cheese. You can get Swiss, you can get provolone, whatever, but this is American cheese. But we're only on season 1, but it's one of those shows that there's always something like in every episode. It's like I know you didn't watch it because it was before your time and you don't like the person. But the Fresh Prince was so good, because there was always lesson to be learned, or something, there was something you took away from every episode. And it's like the same thing with Ted Lasso. And I was speaking to some guys at work. They're a potential customer, and this guy was like very, I say southern. Not gonna say any bad words or anything like that, but very southern, very nice guy. Into baseball, American football, and stuff. And he asked me if I ever seen Ted Lasso as well, and I'm like, wow, that's I wouldn't take you as watching Ted Lasso. And he's like, hell yeah. He's like, that's me and my wife's favorite show. I'm like, and it doesn't have to be about the sport, it's about the message in those things. But yeah, shout out to Aaron for putting, really. He came over and downloaded it for me, and I'm like, it's there now. I can give it a go. I can give it a shot right now. And the bond with the characters is almost like straight away. I love the banter between the.
It's right up your alley too, I guess.
Oh,
it's American show, but a lot of some British humor in there.
Yeah, and I'm familiar with a couple of the actors, or there's the characters in it, based on professional footballers and stuff like that. So it's very.
Jamie is Ricky Jack Grealish.
Jamie's. Yeah, Jamie's. They missed a W in his last name.
I don't know his last name.
His last name is Tart, I think it was. But take the R out and do a few switcheroos.
Oh, you're on season 1.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. So far. But
Roy Kent, he's my favorite,
mate. So he's based on an ex Man United player, Roy Keane. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I love the dynamic. The show is so good. It's so good. But the message, it's a tearjerker.
It is.
It's like it was a bit like the Afterlife show. It's like it's fun. Well, Ted Lasso it's a comedy more so. More than anything.
It's comedy drama.
Yeah, I love how positive he is, and he reminds me of one of our friends. I'll tell you off but like his mannerisms and like things that he says and stuff. It's just hilarious. Guy from Kentucky, like just the old. It's so funny. And when he says,
Coach is hilarious too. I like
Coach Beard.
their banter back and forth is hilarious.
Yeah.
All right, Coach.
But how the dynamic of the show is fantastic. It's so good.
I think you're gonna fall in love with it. I mean, it seems like you already enjoy it season 1, but as it progresses, it's like, God damn it.
Yeah.
But there's these nuggets. It's like,
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I don't care that it's a soccer football show. It's like there's some nuggets. Like, holy shit.
Yeah. It was like, I think the one that we watched yesterday, it was like the director of football, the goofy guy with the glasses.
Oh yeah.
And he comes down and he talks about a relationship, because Ted's going through, spoiler alert, he's going through something. But it's like he has like a 10 or a 20-second little monologue, and you're like, never thought of it like that. I think it was something like, if you with the right person, the hard times are easy. And he's like, he's kind of hit the nail on the head there.
I need to rewatch it. I need to finish season 3. I've only watched 2 episodes in that, or season 4, whatever the last season just came out. But I do love that show. It's up there for me.
Yeah.
You're gonna. It's a roller coaster.
Yeah,
it's certainly a roller coaster. But you hit the nail on the head, because I was gonna say it's a very lighter Afterlife, but football based.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is, because it gets to some points. It's like, it's actually impressive how like dimensional the show gets. It's like super funny, but then like extremely emotional. It's like, wow. And then just the stupid one-liners that Jason Sudeikis says. It's like, oh my god,
it's hell. I love it. I love it so much.
Lasso. There was talks after the last season they were gonna like have a season finale or series finale, and then maybe make like a small movie base.
Ooh,
which, a good hour and a half comedy movie would be pretty good.
Yeah,
but he kills it. Sudeikis kills the Lasso character.
It's so good.
His range is really good.
Yeah.
Jamie, Roy fucking Kent.
And the crowd went all shut. Wanker. And they finally win, and he's like, good job, Wanker.
It reminded me a little bit of the In-Betweeners of Briefcase Wanker.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm not a wanker anymore. No, you're a briefcase wanker. You're shit pants wanker. That's what it was. I'm not briefcase wanker anymore. Yeah, but you're shit pants wanker.
Yeah,
it's a great show. Yeah, if anybody hasn't watched it, I would highly recommend. I'm gonna have to rewatch it.
And you've got to have that British and American humor is different,
Mm.
and it's a bit more dry. There's things that people can, you can take it personally. It's like, no, we're just messing around. Like you'll call your best mate a wanker or something like that, but it's like, you're just messing around. So it's like it's lighthearted. But yeah, you just kind of, if you ever watched, some of the British humor or something like that, you understand that people joke vulgar jokes, but it's like it's literally just a joke. You die for that person, but you're gonna call them a wanker.
It's kind of like the Spanish, like they use damn it, it's got to be like you got to be really close to use it out of context, but cabron.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
asshole, dumbass.
Mhm.
It's kind of the same thing in America. Like you call your idiot, like God, idiot.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
dumbass.
yeah.
But it's out of a loving place.
Yeah.
But and I think a British person can appreciate it because of like you can connect to it, especially if you're a football fan.
Definitely.
But then American can connect to it because like the British are making fun of an American,
Mhm.
and so it's like, oh, I see why that's funny because of this, this, and this.
Yeah,
And we're just oblivious to some of the stuff that goes on.
yeah.
I will say, watching that show, out of any show or any movie I've seen since I've graduated high school, that show itself makes me miss like the complex, the locker room camaraderie.
Yeah.
Like, it was so fun. It was just fun days.
Yeah.
And I forget his name. Football is Life.
Oh yeah.
Danny Rojas. Danny, football is life. Football is life.
Football is life.
That's a great show. Damn it, now I want to watch it.
Great messages too. Really, just very good overall.
It's a wholesome show.
Yeah, and you can
watch it in any mood too.
Yeah, and there's some language barriers there, but you can let the little ones watch as well. I think. It's. I don't think it's. I don't know what the rating is or anything of it. It might be like is it a PG-13 rated or something?
Probably.
Possibly.
But I don't think it's mature.
I don't even think it's that bad.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it's a family watch.
Yeah.
But it's also just a fun watch. So, it's a fun watch.
I forget what episode, what season, or whatever. Beard and Ted today because they're walking down like the little alley. I was like, "What are you doing tonight?" I'm headed to the pub. Just gonna drink a shitload of beer. Beard says that. He's like, "Oh, what are you doing? You coming with?" He's like, "No." He's like, "Good. We passed your house like 3 blocks ago." He's like, "Oh shit. Okay. See you tomorrow." I was like, "Where are you going?" I go to the pub, drink a shitload of beer. Oh, Beard.
Yes, that's a new recommendation.
Yeah, strong recommendation.
Strong.
Left side, strong side.
No weak sides.
No weak sides.
But anything you need to get off your chest one last time?
I don't think so.
Before the week?
I don't think so. This will probably end up being a long week because I leave at the end of this week to go to the beach.
Life's a beach.
Life is a beach. I haven't gone on a quote unquote beach vacation. Senior trip in high school, like a deliberate beach vacation. I've gone to the beach, but then also had other reasons to be there. But just to go on the beach, it's been over 10 years.
Just go and enjoy it. Just relax.
Phone's gonna stay in the room. Watch, stay in the room. Get my beach chair. Sit my happy ass on that sand. Well, in the chair, not the sand. Sand is debatable. I'll get in the water up until my waist. Maybe chest. No further.
I do request just a few pictures.
Okay. I take picture.
Just a few.
I take picture. Shirt off or shirt off?
Ooh, you surprised me, baby.
High thigh? Speed up?
Oh, yeah. I want to see some tan lines, bro.
Hey. Hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well,
Incoming.
Yellow color.
This English skin, it just doesn't mesh with American sun. I looked like a lobster a couple of weeks ago.
Oh,
and it shedded my skin.
Oh,
yeah. So.
It's a good thing Meredith's a freak and she likes villains.
Exactly. Yes.
I don't understand that. I know.
She's like, what's the character from Austin Powers?
Gold member.
Oh no, yeah. She's like, hurry. That should keep her. Hurry.
Call back to the Eucharist.
Oh,
This is disgusting.
Look, everyone, it's a wiki, it's a key. Well, John, we will miss you, but I hope you have all of the fun.
Thank you.
I know you will.
I'll try to remember the sunscreen.
Yes. Yeah.
At least the first few days, and then hopefully I can get acclimated.
And this is something you need to do.
Yeah.
For you.
For me?
Yes.
Yeah, for me and somebody else.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is a need.
It's a wanted need.
It's more a need, I think.
Yeah.
I understand it. I
Yeah.
definitely understand you need that. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it.
Of course. But
Well,
I think
that'll do.
I think that'll do, donkey.
That'll do, donkey.
That'll do.
That'll do, pig. That'll do. That's the closest I came to a Scottish accent I think I've ever done. At least let me comb my hair. It's all white and bushy. I have no hair. Well, much love. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, bro.
Appreciate all the listeners.
As always, take care of each other.
Love you. Goodbye. Damn, my eyes are getting bad. Bye, YouTube.
The stream of ending.